Please be seated.
Hello, Your Honor.
Hello.
This is a case of Jones versus Jones.
Thank you, Jerome. Good day, everyone.
Good day.
You initially appeared in couples court due to cheating allegations, but this case was referred to me by the Cutlers due to paternity doubts. Mr. Jones, you claim that after 48 years of trying to become a father, your dream became a reality. But that initial excitement turned into a nightmare as your wife admitted that she had been unfaithful. You now believe 4-year-old Tamari is not your biological child, but will be crushed if the DNA results are negative. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mrs. Jones, you state you did cheat on your husband, but claim you are certain that Tamari is his daughter. You say today's DNA results will determine the future of your marriage and family. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Jones, tell me what your household has been like due to paternity denial.
Your Honor, my household been upside down. I'm sleeping on the couch. Your Honor, I never said nothing, but I always had some type of doubt. Ever since I found out she cheated, I always had doubt. I never
And you haven't said anything?
I never said nothing, but I look at her, and I'm trying to see me. I'm trying to see me in her.
And so you stepped
So
up
you don't
as...
see you in her?
Sometimes.
This is new to me. I thought that he knew, because he never brought this up until a little while, like a couple of months ago. I mean,
That he didn't feel Tamari was his child?
Yes. That's what I was under the impression of.
So why do you think you're here today?
I argue with him, and I would say petty stuff.
I mean, she cheated on me. I never thought, that I have a baby, but...
So you stepped up as a dad to do the right
Yes,
thing.
I did the right thing,
And
yes.
for the past 4 years, you've been there for Tamari.
I ain't...
But
yeah.
the truth is, as you look at this beautiful baby, every day you're studying her features going, I don't see me.
Right. At 48, I had the baby, and it's like my world is turned upside down. Every time we argue, she says she ain't mine.
Oh, she tells you?
Yeah.
Are you telling him, Ms. Jones?
All right, I'm gonna be totally honest. Yes, I did tell him, but that was in the heat of the moment. I did, mess up in the past around this time of conceiving. And, we all are human, we all make mistakes. I regret it, I'm very ashamed. I'm embarrassed, but it is a doubt in my mind as well. But I really don't believe that another man could I know it takes one time, don't get me wrong, but I don't think that another man just randomly can just overpower my husband's sperm. It just can't happen. I'm sorry.
Ms. Jones? No man can overpower his sperm.
Yeah, one time could just,
It only takes one time.
I know.
So let's move on, but I just want to make sure you understand. Mr. Jones, how did you find out your wife had cheated?
All right, well, I got a homeboy. He seen her leave the apartment and get in the car with other people, and he told me a couple of times about it, but I never believed him. And then I asked her about it, and then she came clean. And she told me.
Wait, I thought at that moment our relationship was over.
And so what would bring you to cheat on your husband? What reason did you have?
Oh, well, this started all because I thought he was cheating on me. I thought, in my head, I believed that he had someone and that on the side. So I said, why put my all into it?
So how often did you sleep with this other man?
That's what I'm saying. It was, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. It was about 2 times.
So it was twice?
Yes.
Not just once?
No.
I'm glad you're telling the truth.
And it's very hard for me to do.
So, Mr. Jones, I can tell you didn't know that it was more than once.
I didn't know that. I didn't know, Your Honor.
Well, we have discoveries on paternity court as well.
Yeah.
So how soon after you found out about this infidelity, how soon did you discover she was pregnant?
Like a week later. A week later, she was pregnant. And I was with her, and I didn't want to leave her. I really thought maybe it could be mine. But I looked at my age, and it had a little doubt in it, But I stuck around.
So wait, there's a 25-year age difference.
Mm-hmm.
You find out your wife is pregnant, and what goes through your mind?
I couldn't believe it. I didn't think I could have a baby at that age. I was 48 years old.
So you didn't think you could even produce a baby at 48 years
No,
old?
because my lifestyle, Your Honor, I was in the street, hanging out, doing a lot of things, and I thought maybe,
You even submitted a chart to the court to outline why you believed you weren't this child's biological father.
Wait.
So you have a sexual timeline where you basically say you lost your virginity in 1981 and you've had 33 years of an active sex life and no one has ever gotten pregnant until 2014,
Yes, Your Honor.
which is your wife.
Yes.
That's a long time. In those 33 years, Mr. Jones, you're saying, I've never impregnated anyone.
Nobody never told me.
And you've had multiple women
I had multiple women,
Your Honor.
having sex unprotected.
unprotected.
Oh, no.
If you want more episodes of Paternity Court, make sure to subscribe and click on the notification bell.
Your Honor, hold on. Let's know. I didn't know that he even felt this way. He's been there from the start, Your Honor. Okay? He's cut the cord. He signed his name on the birth certificate. None of these feelings came up until obviously right now. So we do have some discoveries up in Paternity Court. I am a very educated woman, and
Good.
I reformed from my past. My past is one that is very, very hard to talk about. I have done and said and a lot of things that I'm not proud of today. That I would
To your husband?
To my husband, in my life period before my child. When my child changed me, she saved me. She was sent from God to save me. And I really wanted nothing. I don't want for my past to come back and bite me.
I understand.
I love my husband, and I want my daughter to have what I never had. And I don't want this to be.
I appreciate
I'm
everything you're saying.
It took me a long time to conceive my child.
And I understand. And I appreciate your honesty today. I appreciate you opening up in ways that are scary. And you're being vulnerable in this moment, and you're admitting that you've made a lot of mistakes.
Yes, I have.
And I think that's why it's so important to have these conversations, especially when it involves children, innocent children, because we have
She
to get
deserves
this.
the world.
That's exactly
Everything to
right.
me.
And that's what we're trying to give her in this moment. And we want her to have her dad.
And I want him to have the answers that he deserves as well. I just don't want it to change anything. And, I'm actually on fertility treatments, and I'm trying so I can make sure I can say 100,000% sure that he is the father.
And you've been trying now for how long?
I've been
For about 4 years, because you started trying when?
years. Since 4 years, 4 years.
Since after Tamari was born.
Right.
Yeah.
But your husband has testified that he believes due to his lifestyle that he has a low sperm count, and he doesn't believe he can father children. And those 3.5 years you've been trying since Tamari had been born, you have not gotten pregnant. Am I correct?
You're correct,
you're correct.
but we are going to the doctors to fix all of that.
So as part of this hearing, you agreed to do a sperm analysis.
Yes, Your Honor.
And we have those results for you. And I'd like Jerome to escort Dr. Jamila Gator into the courtroom. She will give us those results.
Okay.
Hello, doctor.
Hi, Dr. Gator.
Hi.
Thank you so much for being here today. We are here talking about the paternity as it relates to beautiful baby Tamari. And Mr. Jones has expressed a real concern about his sperm count, and we need answers, so we called upon you.
Okay.
Can you talk to us about what a semen analysis, sperm analysis does? What can you determine from a test like that?
So a semen analysis is typically used to look at a man's ability to father a child. And it looks at key components of health of sperm. And those would be the number of sperm, the shape of the sperm, and the motility, or the sperm's ability to move.
All right.
So in Mr. Jones's case, we did a semen analysis, and basically, on a normal semen analysis, you expect to see about 20 million sperm per milliliter, and you expect to see normal shape and sperm that can move. In Mr. Jones's case, he had well under 1 million sperm, and in fact, when they looked under the microscope, there were only 3 motile sperm that were seen.
Oh my God.
3?
3. So for a 70-year-old man, let's say, you still would expect to see millions of sperm. So that's much lower than that. And even for someone who's had a vasectomy, that's someone who, you'd expect to see no sperm. So his sperm count is actually closer to someone who had a vasectomy than even someone who's 70 or 80 years old.
So, Mr. Jones, when you hear the testimony from Dr. Gator, does that further your doubt? Does that?
Yes.
It does?
Yes, Your Honor.
So the truth is, this would be a miracle, Dr. Gator,
Yes.
if this baby was his biological child.
Yes.
And God can produce miracles, please. God,
Yes.
please.
Yes, he
Yes,
can.
he can.
Please, I pray. I pray.
I have to ask you, do you know where the other man is?
I believe so.
You believe you do know where he is?
But honestly, I don't want him in our lives.
Mr. Jones,
Yeah.
I can see the pain in your face.
Your Honor, I don't understand all this. It's hard right here. It's hard for me to believe I don't got a little bit of sperm count. I don't understand.
I mean, I just want to say this. Is it possible, because around the time of conception, his sperm did something to me in one of the nights before conceiving, like weeks before, because I only knew that I was pregnant around 2 months, But I felt that night, I mean, the sex was amazing, way more better than any other night. And I felt his sperm go inside me and then spread out like a spider web. And I felt I was pregnant at that moment. And then 2 months later, I learned that I
Dr.
really
Gator,
was.
we might have to give you a few weeks on this case right here. She said out like a spider web.
I mean, certainly,
You can feel
if
the
it was
sperm.
more forceful, and that's why motility is important. If it propelled the sperm closer to your egg,
Yes.
then that, could potentially help you
That's
get
gonna work a
pregnant.
miracle for me.
You
I mean,
did
it's like
that
an
so
artificial
well.
insemination, but
You did that so well,
Naturally.
Dr. Gator. You did that. You brought that back down to a medical. Okay, well, Mr. Jones, I know we had a moment where sometimes you got to laugh to keep from crying. Look, this is what I found in life. Sometimes you just have to find a minute to just have a release. But I'm concerned about you because I can see the pain on your face. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking that she's not mine now, definitely. If my sperm is like that, then maybe it's not mine.
Because you've never had a semen analysis before.
Never. That was the first time I ever had it.
Tell me about your relationship with Tamari.
That's my baby. That's my baby.
And let me tell you something, blood don't change that. You hear me, Tyrone? You are a good father. You are the only father she knows, and you her father.
And at 52 years of age, she would be your only child.
Yes.
Have you prepared yourself for the results either way?
I don't know, Your Honor. I'm not prepared at all. I don't know what's going to happen.
That's honest. I won't make you wait a minute longer. Jerome? Thank you.
You're welcome.
These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics, and they read as follows. In the case of Jones versus Jones, when it comes to 4-year-old Tamari Jones, it has been determined by this court. Mr. Jones, you are the father. Yes.
Thank you, Lord. Oh, my heart feels so good.
You can stand over there with your wife, Spider-Man. Okay. She said it shot like a whale. Oh, I'm so happy for you both.
Thank you.
I'm so happy. Y'all gonna make me cry my last off. I'm trying to hold on. I'm so happy for you all.
I'm happy for myself.
Dr. Gator, you gotta come back more often. You producing miracles in here.
Well, that one wasn't me, but I'll take credit for it.
Thank you, Dr. Gator, and thank
You
you,
ushered
God.
them in.
Yeah.
We have counseling and resources for you just to help you figure out how you move forward and process all this. But we wish you all the very best. We're so happy for
Thank
you.
you, Your Honor.
Court is adjourned.
Thank you.